Generally, if you use your car for business income producing purposes, then you can claim the business related costs of those vehicles. For specific work vehicles like utes, perhaps panel vans, vehicles that carrying capacity of a tonne or more or 9 passengers or more, generally fall into 100% deductibility. The types of deductible vehicle usage are if you're carrying equipment or tools, etc., and you can't leave them at the work site and you have to carry them from home to work, then that will be a deductible expense. If you're travelling between workplaces, or if you have a home-based office and you're travelling to see clients or to another office, and also if you're travelling from your normal place of employment to see clients or to other places of employment, these costs would normally be deductible. Cars operated through a company or trust would generally be fully deductible, but there would need to be a fringe benefits tax allowance or a private add-back or contribution to cover the private usage of those vehicles. That means if you're at a company or trust and you say you're a director of the company and you're using your car for company business, but you're also using it to travel from home to the office, then the home to the office portion would be private. But once you're at work and if you're going to pick up some stationery or you're going to see a client, all that part of the trip is deductible. Or perhaps when you leave the office, you go to a client and you go home. That part of the trip would also be fully deductible. But once you've established you've got an eligible expense, then generally now there are 2 methods of deduction and record keeping effective from the 1st of July 2015. One is the cents per kilometre method, which doesn't matter now about the size of your vehicle. For every work-related business trip, it's 66 cents per kilometre, and you can claim up to a maximum of 5,000 kilometres for the year. If you exceed that 5,000, it doesn't matter, your claim stops at 5,000. There are no specific record keeping requirements for that method. All you need to be able to do is establish how you worked out the figure that you had. If your travel is pretty itinerant, then probably you'll need to keep some sort of a logbook. If the trips are usual, perhaps every once a week you go from the office to the warehouse, and once a month you go from the office to another office, then you can establish the distance between the trips, the number of trips. That's how you worked it out. So as long as you've got a method of showing how you worked it out, that's all that is required. One thing you need to bear in mind with the cents per kilometre method is that it's only available to individuals. This method cannot be used by companies or trusts. The other method is the logbook method. Under this method, you need to keep a logbook for 12 weeks to record all your travel. From that, you establish the business percentage, and then you claim the business percentage of all your running costs, your depreciation, your interest, etc. Where this vehicle is owned by a particular person, only that person can claim the vehicle cost, so it can't be claimed by another individual or another business. In claiming motor vehicle costs under the logbook method, running costs include such things as registration and insurance, petrol and oil, servicing, repairs and maintenance, tyres, depreciation on the vehicle, interest on the loan, and even e-tag and toll costs. For businesses perhaps operating fleets of vehicles, there are basically 2 methods available now. Is the logbook method, whereas each employee would need to keep a logbook for the 12 weeks, and there's a statutory formula method which is based on the 20 cents per kilometre, and there's quite a bit involved in looking at that. With the logbooks, there's no need to actually have a physical logbook now. There are a number of softwares and apps out there which are approved by the ATO, which can be used to complete a logbook either for 12 weeks or even for the full year. Some employers are keeping records for that period now that it's quite simple to do with the GPS software. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. My name's Paul, and thank you for watching.